Clap along if you feel like
Hey, Pastor Juan, we're going fishing.
What do I use this for? To catch butterflies?
You dummy. It's for scooping up the fish when we catch them.
Oh. Let's go fishing.
to you because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what
Eric 316, how's everybody doing today? Man, I'm so glad you're here. If this is your first time with us, thank you so much for joining us. I think you picked a great Sunday to be with us. And woohoo! It's summertime, right? And everybody is so excited about it, especially because it's been raining so much. Yay, right? But we can go fishing because it's summertime, and I know a lot of people like to do that. So, if you're a fisherman, you're here with us today, how many of you have a fishing story? Or a better question to ask is, how many of your fishing stories start like this? I once caught a fish, and it was this big, right? Well, I have a story like that, but you're going to have to wait till next week to hear it. So, come back next week and hear my story about a fish that I caught that was that big. Yes, it's a true story. Just want to let you know. So, we're starting a brand new summer series called Gone Fishing. And I have to tell you, we're going to be covering a lot of ground during this series. So, let me ask you right now, please invite your friends and family to this because it's going to be a great time. We're all going to be here because you know what? It's fishing time, so you can actually get up around 5 a.m., go get some fishing done in the morning, in the early morning, then come to service at 9:30 or 11 o'clock, right? Go home, take your afternoon nap, and then after you take your afternoon nap, then you can go get some evening fishing done, right? Hey, that sounds like a great time to me, all right? So we can do that. So the thing about fishing is this, right? You got to be patient. You got to wait for the fish. You got to find that right spot to have that potential to catch all the fish. You got to look for the right position among the fish so you can catch them. Then what do? You cast and you wait. And it can be a lot of fun, right? Or you can come home with a really great farmer's tan. Two things are going to happen, right? So what do you say we go fishing? So do me a favor, would you open your Bibles to the book of Mark? We're going to start in chapter 1. No worries if you don't have a Bible, we're going to throw the scriptures on the screen for you. If you don't have a Bible and you've been wanting one, see us after service and we'd love to give you your own Bible. So we're in the book of Mark. So we find in the beginning chapter, Jesus is starting his ministry. And he comes across a couple of guys that are fishing. So Mark 1, 16 through 20 says this, passing alongside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, the brothers of Simon, casting a net into the sea. And they were what? Fishermen. And Jesus said to them, follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men. And immediately they left their nets and followed him. And going on a little further, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, who were in their boats mending nets. And immediately he called upon them. And they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired servants and followed him. And I love what Jesus said to Simon and Andrew. He said, "Follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men." Then what happens in the very next verse? They immediately followed him. No questions asked. They just followed him. Now I wonder, how many of you guys would do the same thing? If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men," what's your first thought? "Hey, estás loco, make you fishers of men. I don't even know you. Mama didn't raise no bull. I'm going to follow you. Have you not seen the news? No way. Estás loco, can't follow you. I'm not going to follow you." But they followed, no questions asked. And this is my bottom line for today. If you get nothing else from my message, I want you to get this because it goes along with our summer series, Gone Fishing, so it fits perfectly. So whatever you do, write this down, take a picture of it, but I want you to know this. To follow is to fish. To follow is to fish. It's not enough to just follow Jesus Christ, but you have to fish. It's not enough that you fish, but you have to follow. It's not enough because to follow is to what? Fish. Don't be as scared. You can talk in here. To follow is to fish. To fish. And I bet if we went around the room and asked people, "Hey, why do you follow? Why do you accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior?" There's a lot of us who wouldn't say, "Well, I didn't want to follow because I didn't know I was going to become a fisher of men." No. We don't follow Jesus because of that, right? You follow Jesus because maybe you want to be a better father, a better mother. So he can make you, more spiritual, right? Or so he can just make you a better person. There's not a lot of things that we want Jesus to do for me, right? We don't claim a lot of this stuff because we didn't sign up for that, right? You signed up because you thought Jesus was going to solve all your problems. But Jesus says, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Because to follow is to what? Fish. I'm going to be saying that a lot, so you guys just jump in. No worries. Nobody's scared. But we find that hard to fish, right? I mean, how many times in your day do you go up to a complete stranger and go, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Juan, and I'm a Christ follower, a fisher of men." Right? No! Right? Because they will look at you and say, "Hey, Sabbath guy, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Get away from me." No, but we keep this a secret, don't we? We don't call ourselves in front of other people Christ followers. In fact, I'll give you an example. I was at a party in Georgia with a friend of mine. Place was jumping. They were all dancing. Let me whip. Watch me, name. They were doing all that stuff. It was great. They were having a great time. Party's jumping, music's blasting, and he's introducing me to all his friends. And it's great because he gets to the part, he goes and says, "This is my pastor." And it's great because this actually happened. The record goes, and people were like, and I had to say, it's okay. You can have fun around me. And so, guess what? Party started again. And it's a true story, just to let you know. You can ask my beautiful wife, Jennifer. She's right there. Hi, Jen. In fact, that brings me to my first point for you this morning. Jesus will expand your potential among the fish. Jesus will expand your potential among the fish. And here's the thing. When you become a Christ follower, that means you know about the gospel. You know about the good news of Jesus Christ and what he's doing in your life. But what do we tend to do? Just like I said a little while ago, we tend to keep it a secret. We keep it to ourselves. I'm going to put this in a nice little box and put it right here on this side of my heart, and we're good to go. Because we don't really want to share that. But that's not what Christ calls us to do. He's going to use your potential to place you among the fish. Listen, people hear about Area 316 all the time. In fact, when I go out about the city and I meet people for the first time and I tell them I'm the pastor here at Area 316, I get two responses. The first response is this: "Oh, I've heard about your church from families or friends, and I've been meaning to go check you guys out. Or the second one is this. There's so many cars in your parking lot on Sunday. What are you guys doing? The thing is, how do people hear about Area 316? Is it me going out and meeting people? Or is it you with the potential being placed among the fish? It's you. You're the reason people are hearing about Area 316. He has placed you among the fish so people can hear about Jesus Christ. So they're hearing about Area 316. Guess what you're doing? You're fishing. Because to follow is to what? To fish. In the book of Mark, Jesus says this. Mark 1:17, he says this, I will make you become fishers of men. To follow is to fish. And that leads me to my second point today, and it's this. Jesus will position you among the fish. Jesus will position you among the fish. That means he's going to place you in the right spot with all the fishes that you are easily going to catch. And this is what I'm talking about. Where do you work? Where do you go eat lunch? Where do you go hang out? Where do you go on vacation? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those areas. He's placed you among the fish so you can catch it, especially at your job. And I know a lot of people hate their jobs. Man, it's no fun there. Man, I hate the people I work with. Man, I gotta flip burgers. But here's the thing. People that tell me, man, I hate my job, I always tell them this, well, at least you have a job. There's so many people hurting for jobs that they will be gladly flipping burgers. They would have no problem with that. So here's the thing. Why not be the smiling face at your job? Why not be the joy at your job? Because remember, you're not really working for your employer. You're working unto the Lord. And he's placed you among the fish. So why not be that bright spot in your workspace? And I know people are going to look at you crazy. I know people may even try to stab you in the back. But here's the thing. As you grow in your faith with Jesus Christ, and you're in the workplace, and you're shining bright for him, glorifying him, always smiling, being nice, being courteous, people see that. And here's the thing. Your testimony could save a marriage. Your testimony could save a family. Your testimony may even save somebody's life. Because to follow is to fish. To follow is to what? To fish. In the book of Luke we read where Jesus tells Simon, hey, he was done teaching. He says, hey, let's push out a little further and go cast your nets out there. And so Simon does what Jesus says, and this is what happens. Luke 5:5-6 says this, Master, Simon replied, we worked hard all last night. How often do we say that? Oh man, I worked so hard last night. Oh man, you want me to go to church? Oh, I was playing video games all night. Do you know how hard that is? Come on, I don't have to go to church, do I really? Right? And that's what he's pretty much saying. He said, I didn't catch anything. You want me to go back out there? Oh, come on. But if you say so, I will let the nets down again. And this time, their nets were so full of fish, they began to tear. And so what does Simon do? Because there was another boat out with them. He calls the other boat to help. So the other boat comes alongside, and they're bringing in the fish. Fish, 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 more fish, more fish. And you know what happens to the boats? They begin to sink. And in verse 8 and 9 we read this. When Simon Peter realized what had happened, he fell to his knees before Jesus and said, "Oh Lord, please leave me. I'm too much of a sinner to be around you. For he was awestruck by the number of fish they had caught, as were those around him. Simon Peter hit his knees. Simon Peter, he was a sinner. He knew this. That's why he told the Lord, you got to get away from me. You can't be here. But Simon was awestruck. I'm awestruck because I'm still trying to figure out why Jesus said, guess what you're going to do, Juan? You're going to go preach on Sunday my word. And I'm thinking, God, I'm a sinner. Are you kidding me? There's no way people are going to listen to me. And he goes, no, that's what I want you to do. I will make you fishers of men. And so I stay awestruck. And that's what Simon Peter did. And by the way, Simon Peter is the rock which the church is built upon. And what's great, because you see everybody here on stage, you see Sarah leading worship, you see Shelby singing her heart out, you see Eric with his bass, you see Derek playing keys, you see Seth singing, and he's gorgeous, he has this beautiful hair, just flows, makes me sick. And you see Pastor Pat, you see Hilda, you see my beautiful wife, and you think, man, they got it together. But here's the thing, if you approach them and ask them, what makes you so special that you're up there, they're going to tell you this, nothing. I'm still trying to figure out why Jesus wants me to do this, because I'm awestruck. Because I'm a sinner, and yet he's using me. And if he's using us, why do you not think he would use you? Because to follow is to what? To fish. To follow is to what? Fish. Listen, you have to get this part. You have to get this. The message requires a messenger combined with a unique moment. The message requires a messenger combined with a unique moment. Listen, if you call yourself a Christ follower, then you know the truth. Listen, for most of my life, I've told you this because I need you guys to get this. I need you to spread it. For most of my life, I was like, yeah, Jesus team, go team. That's how I was. Yeah, I'll accept Jesus into my heart. Yeah, he get in there. Just don't get in my way. Let me do the things. So I knew about the message, but did I know who Jesus Christ truly was? And it wasn't until that one unique moment that I get it. That when you get it, we had that aha moment, right? Oh, I get it. I know who Jesus Christ is. I know what he's done in my life. He died so I can be close to my Father in heaven, so I can have eternal life with him. And for me, that unique moment was when I was out to sea. And here's the thing, that messenger was Jesus. And I can tell you right now, please, you don't want Jesus to come talk to you in your dreams. Because he comes with a message. And I was out to sea. In this unique moment when I was asleep, in a deep sleep, he comes to me. And when I awake, it's in the middle of the night. I'm sweating, I'm crying, I'm shaking. I woke up from this dream yelling in a compartment with 15 other guys. And no one heard my scream. That was a unique moment when I grasped the message. And if you call yourself a Christ follower, you are the messenger. You play a big part in people getting to know who Jesus Christ is. See, the thing about Area 316, contrary to popular belief, we don't want to be the biggest church. We don't want you to just come in here, be comfortable, and just consume his word. No. We want you to get to know who Jesus Christ is. We want you to grow in a relationship with Jesus Christ. Then we want you to go out and we want you to be fishers of men and women. Let's not forget, let's be PC, right? It's not about Area 316 one bit. It's about Jesus Christ, period. That's who it's about. So, to follow is to fish. To follow is to what? fish. God has called you to be the messenger who takes this message and seizes that unique moment to tell others about Jesus Christ, because to follow is to fish. But here's the thing. So many people never fish throughout their lives. Do you know why? And here's a few examples. This is a good one. My past. Your past. There's no way anybody's going to believe me when I tell them about Jesus Christ and they know my past. Or maybe you got through a divorce. There's no way people are going to believe me that I'm a Christian, that I follow Jesus Christ because I got a divorce. Nobody's going to listen to me. But here's the thing. Jesus is going to use your potential. He's going to position you among the fish, because someone who's going through a divorce will more likely listen to you than someone who hadn't gone through a divorce, who hasn't been there. Or how about this one? At your job site. They see what you do. They've been at the bar with you. They've been partying. They've been dancing with you. They know you. They've seen you do these things. There's no way they're going to believe you accepted Jesus Christ into your life. But here's the thing. Jesus has placed you among the fish. So you start living the life for Jesus Christ. You start accepting Him in your life. You start a relationship with Jesus Christ. And here's the thing. Things change. And people see that. And people are thinking, what's going on here? They say, you're not the person you used to be. Because they see you in a different light. He places you perfectly so you can go fish. But here's the main reason why people don't go fishing. They're scared. They're scared to go fishing. Luke 5:10 says this. It's the same chapter and the same storyline. Then Jesus said to Simon, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people. Listen, there's nothing to fear. You have to have faith, because the message needs a messenger. And when you become a Christ follower, you become that messenger, and God will place you and your potential and place you in the perfect spot so you can cast your nets and go fishing. An amazing thing is when you do that, the fishes you would catch, it's going to overflow. Because to follow is to fish. To follow is to what? You cannot call yourself a Christ follower and not fish. You cannot fish apart from being a follower of Christ. And over the summer and throughout this series, our desire is that Jesus would make us all fishers of men. That Jesus would use our potential and position us to catch fish. Listen, Matthew 9:37 says this. He said to the disciples, this is Jesus talking, the harvest is great. The harvest is great. What does that mean? There's a lot of fishes out there. Like that. But the workers are few. As I was preparing for this message, this one verse just struck me. And it just came over me because I'm excited. The harvest, it's great. Then I thought, I could see Jesus' face saying that. The harvest is great, guys. It's great. Go out. I need you to go out. But the workers are few. And if that doesn't break your heart, if that doesn't wreck you as a Christ follower, if that doesn't make you want to go out and fish for more, I don't know what will, but I know this. See, here's the thing. If you call yourself a follower of Christ and you call Area 316 your family church, then we want you to fish. We want you to go out there and not be afraid. We want you to go out there and shine His light. We want you to be excited because it's summertime and we get to go fishing. Listen, Jesus told His disciples this. He said, go and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He didn't tell His disciples, hey, now that you know the truth, now that you know who I am the great I am, listen, don't tell anybody. Shh, keep it a secret. Just go back to fishing. It's okay. No. He told His disciples, go and fish. And I was thinking, how do I get this across, God? How do I tell Him? How do I make Him understand? He goes, dude, come on, how do you understand? I said, oh yeah, I got to break it down Big Bird Cookie Monster style. So He told His disciples, hey guys, go fishing. Go fishing, because here's the thing, to follow is to fish. To follow is to what? So throughout this summer, I'm asking you guys, get your rods and reels, dust them off. Get your gear, dust it off. What do you say we go fishing? Let's pray.